Hey guys, how's it going? Today here at D-Ray's shop, we're going to be putting a water pump in this here 50 horsepower Mercury outboard. So y'all just sit back, grab a cold one, let me do all the hard work. Alrighty, first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this shift rod loose. I'm going to zoom in here and show you this. This is what actually shifts it from neutral to forward and reverse. And as I work the shifter, you can see how that rod goes up and down. That goes in forward, that's back into neutral, and that's back into reverse. Now we want to make sure that we take note of how the shifting rod is adjusted on that threaded adjuster there. So when we put that lower unit back on, we'll have the detents for the shift lever and for the lower unit synchronized so that the thing will shift properly. Now all I'm going to do is this is the jam nut for the shift rod here, and I can see it's just pretty much bottomed out onto the shift shaft itself, so that pretty much is going to tell me where this needs to go back when we reassemble it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to back this threaded adjuster completely off of the shift rod. Just like that. Okay, we're getting ready to take this lower unit off of the power head. There's 5 bolts that holds the lower unit on. There's 2 on each side here, and then there's 1 that's kind of hidden. And the way you got to get at it, there's a little plate down here on the bottom that comes off, and you can reach up in there with a socket. And in order to get that plate off, you've got to take this little trim tab off. Now this trim tab is adjustable, so you want to be sure and get it in the right position. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take me a Sharpie, and I'm going to put me a little index mark on it, so I can be sure and get it back in the right place. That way when you're trimmed out and running straight, it doesn't want to pull to one side or the other. Okay, I got that marked and we'll take it off. You see the little index mark that I put on this little grate here, so that way I can be sure and get that trim tab oriented properly. When we go to reassemble it, I'm going to knock this loose. Okay, as I take this off here, I'm going to take this little intake grate off. Be sure you don't lose that. And you can see here that on this trim tab, there's some serrations cut in it here, and then there's a little notch up here at the top that kind of locks it in place. So that's why we want to mark this, so we can be sure and get it in the right orientation when we reassemble it. All right, now we got that out of the way, we'll get this first piece of hardware. We'll loose off this lower unit. Yep, there it is. Okay, I'm taking the last bolts out of this lower unit, and we're going to ease this off this power head. Just give it a little wiggle. We're going to very carefully ease it out of there. And there it is. Nothing to it. Next we'll set it aside. We're going to take this water pump cover off and take a look at the impeller. That's a heck of a name for a prop, ain't it?